Hey, I hope you had a great Chinese New Year break. 恭喜发财. So, during one of the conversations with my cousins, we actually talked about the new prime location housing HDBs, or PLH for short. Now, here are 5 things I don't really like about the prime location housing HDBs. On 27th of October 2021, the Ministry of National Development and the Housing Development Board announced details of a new prime location public housing model. Now, this was a combined effort to cope the rising housing costs and to keep public housing in prime locations affordable, accessible, and inclusive for Singaporeans. With majority of our citizens living in HDB flats, it is important that equal access to housing is granted for all, regardless of the areas the flats are built at. Also for those situated in prime locations due to their great accessibility and various other factors. While this PLH model is a good move by the government in a bid to curb the rising HDB prices while also creating more affordable housing for its citizens, there are certain aspects that I don't really like about purchasing one of these BTOs. First, it's the 10-year MOP required. Current BTO projects are typically attached to a 5-year MOP, where owners have to occupy their flats before they are able to sell it off. This new model introduces a 10-year MOP, which is double in the duration to deter those who are looking to gain from resale profits and cater towards those with genuine housing needs. This doesn't even include the building time, which means 3 to 6 years of extra waiting time, or a total of 13 to 16 years that you will be locked in. And the gripe that I have is that during this period, even if the homeowners needed the money urgently, they would have no way to sell off their property immediately either. Secondly, PLH owners are unable to rent out their entire home. Now, even after a 10-year MOP, these PLH owners will only be able to rent out spare bedrooms. Thirdly, it's the shorter loan tenure for upgraders in the future. For those who have plans to actually upgrade in the future, you might need to think twice before making a PLH purchase due to the extended MOP. So let's take a look at 2 case studies of how this extended MOP will affect your upgrading process. Let's assume you have the option to purchase a normal BTO flat versus a PLH BTO, and both your partner and you are both 30 years old this year. Let's also assume both BTO types take 5 years to build. For the normal BTO, at the end of the 5-year MOP, you will be 40 years old. For the PLH BTO, you will be 45 years old. Based on the 5-year difference and assuming a $10,000 combined income, you can see that this sets you back $150,000 for your next purchase, which might make it more difficult for you to upgrade in the future if you don't have extra cash to top up the difference. Fourth, it's the clawback. For those looking to use your BTO as a stepping block for an upgrade or for family expansion plans, you might want to relook your purchase of a PLH BTO. Upon the sale of a PLH flat, homeowners will have to pay 6% of its resale price back to HDB to help recover the additional subsidies during the initial purchase. For those of you thinking your PLH BTO will be the next $1 million HDB in the future, this clawback means you are losing out on an extra $60,000. Ouch! Fifth and lastly, I don't like that in the future, PLH owners will have a smaller pool of buyers due to the stricter eligibility conditions. Resale PLH homes will be subject to a stricter eligibility criteria such as being an eligible family nucleus, for example, a married couple, currently with a $14,000 income ceiling, as well as more stringent rules when it comes to private property ownership, With the additional stringent conditions, owners looking to sell their property after the 10-year MOP will face even more difficulties other than the typical ethnic quota concern, which can end up shrinking an already small pool of buyers. So that sums up the 5 things I don't really like about PLH BTOs. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like such interesting real estate content, follow me, like, and share for more.